Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of GameBug TV's E3 special. I am Ice Cube, this is Migsy and Stokesy. As you can see, Stokesy is testing out the prototype version of the Project Morpheus.
This is Project Stokesy. This is my virtual reality headset.
We're sending him cross-eyed with this device, which hasn't been fully tested with live humans yet.
It's backwards compatible.
It's making his brain go backwards compatible. Okay, we're just going to see how long that lasts until he passes out. But we've got a really fun episode for you. We are going to do...
I'm real.
Sorry.
We're going to give out awards for E3, for the E3 games of 2015. And we're going to take turns to do so. So, we're going to get straight into it. Starting with Stokesy. We've got
Start with me.
Oh, of course we're going to do... I mean, your brain's the most fried after using the... test
Actually, I learned
Project
something
Morpheus.
from using that.
What did you learn?
Not to ever do that again.
Okay, so we've got award categories, which are going to start with Stokesy.
Ooh, don't take mine.
And the first category we've got is the Pleasant Surprise Award. Now, the Pleasant Surprise Award must be a game that turned out to be better than expected. So we expected something that turned out to be better, so therefore, Pleasant Surprise. Stokesy, what do you have for your first award?
Doom.
What changed your mind, basically?
Well, the fact that the chainsaw looked amazing, and that you can jump on all the Martians, and then there was that little sneak, that little bit at the end with the devil boss. Just that little snippet, I was like, it looked impressive.
I felt it paid a lot of homage to the first game,
it did.
which is probably why you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the third game was a bit of a stray away from... Yeah,
it was.
But I give it credit for that. It was good. And it's violence overkill.
Which is exactly what Doom should be at all times.
It's speed, gore, and monsters.
Yeah, and hopefully secrets.
My backup option is Snap. I would probably
Snap?
I
say
haven't heard that game. The card game?
Snap.
Snap the card game. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the name, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
It looks like an amazing game, especially.
Surprise.
It is a pleasant surprise because it's a different take on the whole post-apocalyptic, because it would be where we are now, and it's so far gone we're more of a legend to these people, and surprisingly it's a female character. There's a lot of female presence in the E3. It's very Monster Hunter meets Shadow of Colossus with a mix of Terminator, and it looks awesome.
Terminator.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a lot of tribal things going on in that one.
Mm-hmm.
My guess about what the story is that the Transformers had a battle which destroyed the world. All the humans went into tribal civilization, and now they're fighting the Dinobots. Because there's robot dinosaurs. That's surely what the story is, right?
Surely.
I mean, that's what it is right now with my headset. Dinobots. Transform.
My Pleasant Surprise Award is going to go to one which I really wasn't thinking much about, but after I saw it, I'm like, wow. And it's for the Wii U.
Ooh.
It's for the Wii U. Fatal Frame, or as it is pronounced locally here, Project Zero, Maiden of Black Water. It looks great, and you know what? It's a Japanese survival horror, which I can trust because the Japanese are just the masters of survival horror games, and movies too. They just nail things which, I'm sorry, but Western developers just can't do quite as well. And I'm going to say it as a big survival horror fan. That includes things like Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Oh my God, Silent Hill. And basically, if you played the previous ones, there's actually 3 games from the series already which came out on the PlayStation 2, which were all okay. This one just looks like head and shoulders above, and I think they've had time to refine it, graphics look better, etc. Essentially, it's about a girl, or 2 girls, and the whole area is full of ghosts, and these ghosts come at you, but you can only see them by looking at them through your camera, and if you take the photograph of the camera at the right time, you can eviscerate them and capture them in the fatal frame. Okay, so the next category we got, which we're going to get back to Stokesy for, is the Biggest Letdown Award, which is the complete opposite to the last award. This is a game that we were excited for, but was disappointed by after seeing it at the show. So, I'm sure you're curious to hear about these ones. Stokesy.
For me, it was Mass Effect Andromeda. Only because, look, I think it's going to be a great game, but I just the preview.
You took mine, you know.
The
you took mine.
The preview was what's that preview about? It was just,
I heard a lot.
It went for a minute and didn't show us anything, and all we got to see is the N7 at the end. Whoopity doo dah. Show us other stuff, honestly. So you got some stars in the sky. Wow.
Yeah, but
So-
not just the lack of things that they revealed, but the couple of vague things they did reveal annoyed me. The jetpack combat.
Jetpack combat.
I'm so annoyed I can't speak properly.
Jetpack combat.
Jetpack combat, where you
That should be the name of the game. Jetpack combat.
Well, it's like Titanfall. You don't do Titanfall stuff in a Mass Effect game. Mass Effect's like, it's deep and engrossing,
Yeah,
and it's got its own
story.
vibe going on.
And there's
And
like
you just don't bring your EA Electronic Arts Titanfall
and it's
into
got
it.
soft
Jeez.
forward in it. I mean, hello.
Lesbian alien sex.
Yeah.
Literally, lesbian alien
Yeah,
sex.
blue women sex.
You've played Mass Effect, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Well, no,
wow.
it's depends on your character and the character
Oh,
you're
okay.
with, right? But
Yeah,
it
so...
doesn't just do lesbian alien sex.
Okay,
you have to
I was just-
you have to set
you
that
have to select
up.
the girl.
You have to set that up, yeah.
Which is like real life, really. You got to
Yeah.
set that stuff up.
With lesbian aliens.
With a bit
They
of
gotta be blue too.
My other one, this may seem petty, but I think it's legit. You don't ever do Johnny Cash music to a Mass Effect game. Even if you're just trying to trick people into thinking it's something else. But Johnny Cash and Mass Effect,
Yeah.
all it tells me, I know you could be just mucking around, just having a little fun with it, whatever. To me, it says that you don't understand your products, to be honest. That's what it tells me. And also having seen a lot of the big names from BioWare depart, I'm actually really nervous about this new Mass Effect game. And looking at this trailer just does not help.
Yeah, that was my big disappointment. I was looking forward to seeing more of that game.
Which I totally took over from you, I apologise.
You did. But that's okay. I got a jetpack out the back.
You got some robots to
It's
smash.
gonna be like,
Migsy, which one is
My
your
one is, I'm so happy we didn't take this one, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Only because, okay, I'll give
I have to say, I stated my disappointment
Okay.
with this one in a previous episode. I like to hear this.
But I will give them props though when they moved back to show all the planets and like each point of light is actually a sun that has its own planets and stuff. That's amazing. And when he zoomed out like all the worlds, it will take you years to do them all. My disappointment is everything we saw there of the 3 minutes of gameplay that he did is everything we already knew about the game. There was absolutely nothing new. We don't really know what the point is. It's just to get to the center of the universe. I'm gonna go find, a planet that I'll take over because there's sentinels. I'm gonna go mine for stuff. I can see how it might be fun, kind of addicting. I still don't know what I'm doing, and I already knew that before E3 came out.
So the point I made before stands today.
Yep.
Which is, what do you do in this game?
I
What do
think
you
you
do?
survived to get to the center of the universe, and you mine, and I think, well, he did say you can train.
Then why
as
stop
well.
at a planet? Why don't you just put the controller down, put a book on the accelerate button,
I know.
and go do your groceries and see
You
if
do
you
the
can
rubber
get
band. You do the rubber
Yeah,
band thing.
yeah, or sticky tape. Yeah. Just come back when you've reached the
I
center.
honestly don't know. I think it's kind of like you can fight things and you can level up and you can craft, but you can. What interested me is that you can kind of you can trade between players. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Do you know the chances of running into the enemy you want to find on a planet? A planet? Let alone the entire galaxy.
These
But just one planet. I mean, like,
stars.
we're talking about a planet here. Like, seriously, like, how are you going to find Bob if he's, even if he gave you a clue and said he's in Los Angeles, California, you still wouldn't find him.
Yeah, you wouldn't find one.
There has to be some sort of saved planets from their beacon that they showed. Beacon.
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 What is wrong with you? Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with that.
Beacon. So when you
Beacon.
upload like your findings and everything, maybe that saves your planet. I don't know. You can kind of like warp speed there. You can bring your friends there. But so far, that's my disappointment.
I don't know what's in these things.
Your turn's next.
It's like with the Muppet Show over here, Beaker 1 and Beaker 2.
Okay,
Beacon.
my biggest letdown was going to be Mass Effect, which Stokesy took beforehand. However, I'm going to go to my backup one, which is Battleborn. It's not a huge disappointment. It's just that the things that I'm hearing in terms of the stuff that I want out of it is just been like, they're not giving any decent answers that I want to hear. Essentially, Battleborn is the next first-person shooter that is being made by the people who did Borderlands 2, which I loved to death. I thought it was one of my favourite games in the last generation. It was great. This one looks like it could be good too, but the focus of the game is that it's going to be a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. Now, have you guys entered the MOBA world before? Because it's League of Legends, Smite, There's loads of them, and they're very popular. They get a lot of people going there. It's like a game of chess because once you're done, it's game over. You start all over again. You wipe the board clean. It literally is just what a MOBA is, right? And that's fine. A lot of people love that stuff, but when it comes to like a Borderlands 2 game, I was hoping for much more. Now, that said, they have been asked multiple times if there is a single-player campaign. They have said, yeah, like that. And so I believe there is going to be a single-player game, but the impression I'm getting is that they're just going to be something they're just going to tack on. The focus is for it to be a multiplayer online battle arena, and that's what disappoints me about that game. I don't think we need to have another one there. So our next category is we're calling this one the Added to My Pre-Order Award. This is the guilty pleasure game that we have or that we've ordered or added to our pre-order or will add to our pre-order. So Stokesy, what's your guilty pleasure that you've added to your pre-order?
Well, I mean, I can't really tell you the guilty pleasure for real because it's probably for a later time slot, I would say. However, when it comes to video games, Battlefront is something that I just know I'm going to have, and I know that...
Star Wars Battlefront?
Star Wars Battlefront. I know it's EA, and I'm normally not an EA person, but I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I can't help it. And the previews look amazing, and the whole idea of it just looks...
What is it about that one? Over like Battlefield or Call of Duty, all those other first-person shooters.
I love that universe, and it reminds me of being a kid and always wanting to be part of the rebellion, or what would it be like to be in one of those big battles?
Did you play Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 on the PlayStation?
I did.
2? Yep.
I did, and they were quite, they were quite good.
They were really good. Yeah, they were really good.
But I just think on the next gen they'll be able to do it really well.
Yeah.
So I mean that's going to be my guilty pleasure. I think I'll lose a few relationships while that goes.
Okay. Again?
Yeah. I won't bother Migsy for a good couple of months.
My window is safe.
Hey, Migsy, what's your guilty pleasure?
I have so many stuff on pre-order, and you guys would know I love Final Fantasy VII, so I'm not even going to say that because that's my guilty pleasure. But I will say Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Nice. Okay.
Oh my god, that game looks freaking amazing.
Okay.
I want it so much.
Why do you want that one so much?
Not only for the graphics as well. I mean, everything else is like a giant MMO, but this one's like a very select team, and you can actually traverse. Like the map is huge. It's enormous, and you can go to different cells and attack like the cartel over here. The way that you would be able to attack them, there's so many different ways. I mean, I've never been into a Ghost Recon game so much until this game.
You said Final Fantasy was your personal guilty pleasure,
Yeah.
so you don't need to mention it. Mm-hmm. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a massive hardcore Dark Souls fan, so Dark Souls 3 is clearly one that I don't even need to mention because it's just already up there. So I'm going to throw a little spanner in the works with my option and actually go with South Park: The Fractured Butthole. I'm not a huge South Park fan. I never like. I like episodes when people put them on. I found the series a bit hit or miss. I find they kind of go in waves. They go good, then they go bad. They go good, they go bad. But when I played The Stick of Truth,
great game.
I was hooked. It was, and I don't even like turn-based RPGs that much. But that game was literally the funniest game I've ever played in my entire life, hands down. Well, the last one was about the World of Warcraft episode that I did. So you got the kids in reality playing their little game of World of Warcraft with all the other kids in the world, and all sorts of stuff happened to South Park around them. It was funny. This one, they've changed the game, and they're doing Coon and Friends, which is another episode from South Park where they're superheroes.
Coon and Friends? Ah, shit, we got the wrong game. Everybody switch games, we're playing superheroes now.
Coon is actually short for raccoon. The raccoon is Carmen's character.
Mysterion.
Yeah. That's as long as
half his face is orange.
As long as I have the same team doing it, like they can do that stuff all over again for round 2. It was great, and it turned me into a South Park fan. So can't wait. This next category, I'm going to need that little censorship button to get through this one. It's called the Not This Shit Again Award.
2 games. I'm going to say 2 games.
No.
Madden 16, can we stop, please? Just stop. No more Maddens anymore. Just take a break. Go away. Remake it properly. Do it. Like, it just looks exactly the same as the game. I don't know you got Odell Beckham Jr. and he's making that catch that is amazing. But as if that catch is going to be in the freaking game.
That's all they've got.
Hello.
He's going to make it every game.
Just stop.
He's going to do that backwards catch every game.
Yeah.
Every time he plays the Giants.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So whoever has Odell Beckham Jr., they're just going to lob it up to him. He's going to make it a catch, and it's just going to be impossible.
Like a 2-yard game.
It's going to be totally you can just hand the ball off to him, and he'll still just hand the ball off to him like that. And the other one's Call of Duty Black Ops. Just stop. Just no more Call of Duties. Honestly, can we just stop?
Did you hit your one again?
No.
He took my one again.
Just stop already. No more.
I'm going to hide these ones. I think he's looking at them.
Can we have some variety? Can we just come up with something new, a new concept, Activision? Just something else. Just stop flogging a horse until it don't, like, honestly, like, it kills me.
You know the problem? The problem is that it still sells.
Yeah, I know, because people out there, don't buy them anymore. Just stop. Buy something nice and fun. Splatoon.
If you manage to get the Call of Duty audience over to Splatoon,
I'm telling
I'd be
you.
very surprised.
Your mum will play it with you.
I don't think that's going to make them
That's
want
encouragement right there. Well, actually, that might be a good way to get her off from yelling upstairs to tell them to come down and have their dinner. Just get her to play with you. There you go.
There you go. That saves some time for everyone.
Shut up, Mom!
That's exactly what you're going to hear.
They're not even trying to make it different anymore. Like, they're just like,
It's the same game.
they'll argue that they are. They go, oh, we're now using super soldiers instead of soldiers with bionic advancements.
They can see through walls.
And instead of using all guns, we've got an advanced bow.
Mine, I wanted to believe in you. I did. Destiny. You're at
Yes.
E3. It's a DLC expansion pack. You're not a new game. What are you doing at E3? And it's not only that. It's just,
Speaking of flogging a dead horse.
I wanted you to be so good. I loved playing you. You were addictive. But what are you doing? You're at E3 expansion pack. Not the Destiny 2 that you were talking about before?
E3, the E and E3 is an expansion.
And then the whole, debacle about $40 for a DLC. Okay, I'm going to be saying the American prices, because I only know what I heard. $40 for a DLC. It's going to be $80 for the actual whole game that has all the extra content. You're going to make players buy a whole new game that they already have just to get that few little pieces of that expansion pack, which doesn't come with a DLC because it's only for the new game.
I think this is part of their marketing plan from the start, because I've been getting press releases every month since that game came out.
it's
It
more
just
of a-
doesn't stop.
Isn't that more of a gouging plan rather than a marketing plan?
It is like being poked with a hot poker.
And then the whole
Look, my top choice was the same as yours. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I've got, because you've said it, I'm not going to make that my choice. My choice is going to be Need for Speed.
Yes.
Need for Speed. Now, look, I've had loves and hates for Need for Speed along its 22 game journey, but it's had a year off. It's had a year off, but you've only given it 1 year, and now we're back again. And too soon? Too soon?
I don't know, but that's the problem with driving games, right? Like,
how do you
where do driving
improve?
games go?
It doesn't really
Down
go
a road.
anywhere. But I mean, it's the only thing you can do is improve on the graphics, or what the crew tried to do is make it a bit more realistic. It's going to take you this long.
I think they can do lots with it, because to me the series was going better and worse throughout its entire timeline.
I never played them.
Look in my opinion, the heyday of Need for Speed was 2005's Most Wanted, followed by Need for Speed Carbon, and I think Need for Speed Underground 2, which was before those two. I think most people agree with that. That's.
Oh no, I thought the original Hot Pursuit was really good. The original one,
Yeah,
PlayStation 1 version.
That was also very good.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and look, since then, up and down. It's 22 games in a row. I mean, come on, I don't know.
22.
22 in a row. Exactly, 22.
All right, you should stop.
All right, and for our final game award, it is going to be a nice, simple one. The Game of the Show award. This is the one which we just think is the best quality game of the show. Quite simple, and it's a really hard choice because there were so many great games. So therefore, Stokesy, what is your choice?
I'm going to totally take yours. It's got to be FF7, man.
Oh, God.
That was the best of the whole thing. The reveal of Final Fantasy VII is...
I was just like...
It has to be it, man. That thing's amazing. That preview blew my socks off,
That's
as my dad
two
would say.
you've taken from me.
Sorry. I'm just going to put back my
He's taken 2 from me as well.
I know.
my GameBug virtual reality headset back on.
Fallout 4. Fallout 4.
No, you took mine.
Okay, look, I'm gonna admit, I've never played any of the previous Fallouts, but watching this one, I am amazed on the graphics. It's not even linear like the script as well. You can choose different things that you want the answers to be. You can walk away from the conversation. The stuff that he was talking about is amazing, and the ability to craft that much, everything is going to be of use in that world, and you can create your own like little fortress or campsite, and there's a generator, you can hook up turrets, you have a dog, come on, you have a dog.
But if you're a scavenge, because I love scavenging in video games, I kind of scavenge in real life too. Like everyone's got something that they don't want anymore.
We found him off the street.
Yeah, I used to just walk past.
We just needed an extra.
And that's where I got my project Lanius from. It is the fact that every place you go in the Fallout universe, there's something to scavenge, there's something to open, there's a box to
And they're
find.
all usable.
Yeah,
It's not going to be junk.
Well, look, that was kind of my one as well. But I'm going to go and look, I'm going to take one of Stokesy's ones, even though he's already announced it earlier. Fallout 4 was my backup, but my game of the show just has to go to Star Wars Battlefront. It's for the exact same reasons that Stokesy made it his guilty pleasure. It's just amazing. It just brings back so many. It's just going to fulfill childhood fantasies on screen.
Yeah.
And I just like the Battle of Hoth was. I used to like when I was 6 or 5, used to fly around like pretending I was like one of those little.
He still does it now.
Wait,
Yeah,
do you know if there's Ewoks? Are they going to be
Yeah, they'll be in the
Endor,
forest of
Endor will be
Endor.
in it, yeah.
So-
You were one of them, weren't you? Pretty sure you were an Ewok, weren't you, Migs?
She should be
Stabby,
she's been
stabby.
motion captured.
How'd you know?
R2D2 in between,
Yeah.
and then Yoda.
And I'm really looking forward to
I'm
not,
trying.
not just the battle scenes. Not just the battle scenes, but like the fact that you can be in space, so you can play on a snowy tundra or whatever, or
It's basically Star Wars Battlefront 2, but just going to be done beautifully and amazingly, and it's just
Better.
going to
better.
And it's-
game good look.
it's holding up.
Better,
That was Yoda.
better graphics it must have.
I was just like, why were you guys silent when I tried to say that?
Try it again. Go.
Graphics? Wait, nope, that's it. That's my.
Totally worth it. Anyway, look, thank you so much. They are our E3 awards and the end of part 2 from our E3 special. Please go to GameBug.com.au to get a full wrap of everything from the E3 show. We will say goodbye to you from this side of the camera. Migsy's got a Twitch channel, which you can go check out.
Yes, it is twitch.tv/Migiato, Miggiato, and I may or may not do more impersonations of Yoda on my Twitch.
Yeah, you need to practice.
I do.
Yeah, pretty bad.
And which Star Wars machine will you be riding next time we catch up with you, Stokesy?
I'm going to be riding a Tauntaun. May or may not be a couple of my friends in a woolly suit.
Yes, this is our virtual reality right here. And look, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.